Duncan, I work alone, man.
Oh, yeah. Go. I love it. Go.
My name is Glenn Giles. That's Glenn, one N, right there. Jim asked me about that, if it was one or two N. My parents were very poor. When I was born, they couldn't afford the other N. So I'm a one N Glenn.
No shame.
You know, there is a little bit of shame when you're a man and your name ends in a soft consonant. Because you're just not going to be tough like a Matt. Or a Chuck. Isn't that right, Jim? You know, when your name ends in a soft consonant, people don't know when to end. It just ends when they run out of breath. Thanks, Glenn. Which is a one-syllable name. But I do have some, native friends around here that are just redneck enough. Glen. How do you get two? So I do want to let you know, this really isn't my first time doing stand-up. I used to do a little bit of stand-up back in the late 70s and early 80s. So, number one, considering what the late 70s and early 80s were, I don't remember any of that stuff. And number two, it really wouldn't be relevant. For me, at 51 years of age, so I was at a frat party last week, so it wouldn't work. So I got thinking about this, and I said, man, if I could go up there and I'm going to do something, what's my point of view now? And the reality of it is, at my age at this point, I could be your dad, Really. I got around. I was a lead singer and guitar player in a rock band. I could be your dad. You might be my dad, though. I don't know.
It's not impossible.
It's not. We didn't go to the same moil, though, I can tell you that. But here's what it occurred to me when I'm trying to think of, a point of view and a frame on all this and stuff, and that is, I'm kind of a unique generation in this country because I'm technically a baby boomer, but I'm at the end of the baby boomer wave. So I was born in the early 60s before the wave started to go down. It went down in 64, so I just made it as a baby boomer. So I was a kid in the 60s. And I saw all the stuff in the 60s. I know what Woodstock was. I know what the Vietnam War was. I saw all that. I was a high schooler in the 70s. Drinking age was 18 in the 70s. And I was 6'2" when I was 14 years old. In the 8th grade. So, put 2 and 2 together there. And then the 80s was college. Undergraduate school. You're right. Falling beer bottles. It was college. And it was undergraduate school and it was graduate school. So that was the 80s. So, you get married and you have kids. In fact, one of my kids is here tonight. You've already seen them up here. But the thing is, the perspective changes. So how does that relate? How does that make me relevant today? Well, it occurred to me that really my generation is the first one in this country to see how pop culture influences society. I saw musicians and actors have impact through their work and activism, change politics, impact the Vietnam War, impact civil rights. I saw that didn't happen in the generation before me. So, this nation thrives on pop culture. I don't care about it anymore, though. I'm at an age now where I'm so far removed from it, it doesn't mean the same thing to me. And that's because I think of where I am in life. For most of you, think of popular music right now. I don't get it. It just doesn't speak to me. But for you, 20 years from now, 30 years from now, you're going to hear a song on the radio or whatever mass means of communication is around at that point, and it's going to make you think of a camping trip that you were with some friends, really good times, or maybe the first time you're really in a romantic moment or something like that. But when I hear Pharrell's Happy, it makes me think about my first prostate exam.